Good Monday morning. I am so glad to be back with you after spring break. Remember that my office hours are 9 to 10 and 1 to 2 if you want to get on Zoom and need help or anything like that. I need you to make sure you are paying attention during this video so that you can remind yourself how to correctly find text evidence. I noticed last week in your reading practice, not everyone understood what I meant by highlighting the text. So this is going to definitely remind you how to do that. So you're going to click on this right here. So I've already done it. So here is my class kit. So the code's going to come up. You're going to put your name and you're going to go. Now, these might look familiar. We did some of these last year. Let's find the evidence. So, can you find the proof for your answers? Use a crayon in the color shown to underline where you found each answer in the text. So, at this point, I've already read this passage and I want to go down and show you what I mean by highlighting the text. Okay? So, this crayon means you're going to use blue. Remember up here you have your highlighter and you have all these colors, okay? So I'm going to get one of the blues. Who brought apples to North America? So I've already read this. I probably remember exactly kind of where it is. So a dog says an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Although that may not be true, apples are a sweet and healthy snack. Apples have been grown for thousands of years in Asia and Europe. Early colonists brought them to North America too. Okay, so remember your question was who brought apples to North America? That answers my question right there. Early colonists brought them to North America too. That's all you've got to do. You got to highlight it in blue. Early colonists brought apples to North America. So you've done number one. Now we need a yellow highlighter. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to switch to yellow. What carries pollen to and from apple trees? So I'm going to keep reading. There are more than 7,500 kinds of apples, and 69 million are grown by humans worldwide each year. Almost half of these apples are grown in China. An apple seed grows into a tree. In the spring, this tree will start to blossom with white flowers. The flowers have a slightly pink tint to attract animals like bees that will carry pollen from one tree to another. Okay, your question, what carries pollen to and from apple trees? So, they'll attract animals like bees that will carry pollen from one tree to another. So we know those bees are what carry pollen from one tree to another. Now I have my yellow done. Okay, I've found the answers in the text and I've highlighted it to prove that those are the answers. Okay, now I'm going to switch to red. Where are over half of the world's apples grown? Okay, I've already read that. I remember reading it, so I'm going to go back up here. I know it was after my blue, but before my yellow. There are more than 7,500 kinds of apples, and 69 million are grown by humans worldwide each year. Almost half of these apples are grown in China. Where are over half of the world's apples grown? Almost half of these apples are grown in China. Okay, there's my red. Why are apples considered a fruit? I need purple now. Why are apples considered a fruit? Okay, I'm going to keep going. The skin of a ripe apple is usually red, yellow, green, or some mixture of the colors. When the apples are ripe, people climb ladders to harvest them by hand. When you cut into an apple, you can see seeds in a star shape near the core. Because of these seeds, apples are a fruit. My purple question down here was, why are apples considered a fruit? So we just read that. Because of these seeds, apples are a fruit. Okay, I'm finding the evidence in the text. Next, I need green. How are ripe apples harvested? How are ripe apples harvested? When the apples are ripe, people climb ladders to harvest them by hand. So they are harvested by hand. Okay, there's your green. And now last, you need orange. When do apple trees begin to blossom? So I need to look for that word blossom. That keyword's going to help me not have to read them all back. An apple seed grows into a tree. In the spring, this tree will start to blossom. So, in the spring, this tree will start to blossom. Now, I want you also to take your answers and put them in text. So, I'm going to make this text blue. Guys, if you want to do this, that is totally fine. Who brought apples to North America? Remember, restate your question. So remember, if I ask you the question, what is your name? Instead of just saying Megan, you're going to say, my name is Megan. So who brought apples to North America? The answer is early colonists. And they did what? They brought apples to North America. Okay, so color-coded blue, there's my answer. Next, my yellow, and I'm just going to go back in the text and read what that answer was. What carries pollen to and from apple trees? What was the answer? Oh, look at my yellow. Bees were the answer. Bees carry pollen to and from apple trees. As you've done this before, we're just reminding ourselves how to do it so you can do this. Red, where are over half of the world's apples grown? Okay, almost half of these apples are grown in, red is China. So, where are over half of the world's apples grown? Half of the world's apples are grown in China. Okay, your next one's going to be purple. We're going to go back to that purple. Why are apples considered a fruit? You see right here, because of these seeds, apples are a fruit. So restate it. Apples are considered a fruit because of their seeds. Make that a little bit longer, that way it doesn't go off. How are ripe apples harvested? Okay, I'm going to put me another text box. Get my green back. Ripe apples. When the apples are ripe, here's my green. When the apples are ripe, people climb ladders to harvest them by hand. So ripe apples are harvested by hand. And then our last box we have will be orange. And it says, when do apple trees begin to blossom? Go back up to your orange. In the spring, this tree will start to blossom. So apple trees begin to blossom in the spring. And there you have it. You have now found your evidence, and then you've restated all your answers. So this right here is exactly how I want yours to look. You will highlight in the passage, and then you will answer in complete restated questions. Restated answers. Please let me know if you don't understand that, or if you have any questions. You can get on Zoom and we can go through it together. I will talk to you soon.